1, 2, 3, 4, hit it! Going out to the hardcore hip hop. B-side show. Of course. B-side hip hop. B-side show. Going out to the hardcore hip hop. B-side. Of course. B-side show. B-side. 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 B-side show.
What's up, man?
Got a little bit of paint on me.
Paint on? That's all good. It's time to get dirty.
Right.
All right.
So this is the Juice Crew right here.
All right.
Do what you will.
Okay. Here's what I want to do. I want to do the walls like we got some sunlight because he wanted to chat with me like doing a piece where they could watch.
Work.
And then after that, I'm gonna come and do a. Is there any lights right here or?
We can set up lights. We got lights.
Set up lights. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna come back and do a live, quick little lecture.
For sure.
And then they can ask me questions and all that. And then if we got a little bit more time, I could like do hands-on. A few of them, if they want to, I go to the wall and show them some techniques.
Yeah, they itching to paint, so yeah, they like that, man, for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
Sounds good.
So yeah, I got a crate for you, and I'll bring it out right now.
Okay, sounds good.
See, little nice basket.
Yeah.
We got pretty much iron lats.
Iron lat. Okay. You got the universal caps?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll rock with those.
All right.
Any writer should be able to work with any kind of cap that come with the can and pull off any kind of skills. It's not about the caps, it's about your technique, it's about your style. So that's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm gonna sketch it out, and I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. I'm gonna do a simple style piece because of the time. A lot of my style comes from within and my attitude and my personality. And that's one thing that's key when it's time to do any type of piece. You have to bring out some personality into your artwork. You want your piece to be one of the pieces that when they leave the yard or wherever they looking at your pieces at, whether they looking at it live and direct, face to face, or if they're on the internet or wherever they looking at a book, you want them to say, man, you got to see this piece. This piece is one of the freshest, cleanest pieces around.
And we're back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oracle Edition B-side every single fourth Monday.
We're right here with King Cre8.
Check him out.
He's just getting started, but he's already ripping shit, man. We're already, me and Word, we're already commenting how we can't do things like that. So
Yes.
But it's good to see others that can.
Hey, man, it's an all-element party here every single fourth Monday. That's what we do. Cre8, can we pass you the mic now that we watched the interview with you? All right.
What up, what up?
King Cre8's in the building, y'all. This is an OG aerosol artist. Amazing art, and also a teacher. Let's talk a little bit about the video that we saw. Who was on the video? That was a little crew that you were helping out in LA, right?
Talking about the young people?
The youngsters.
Yeah, that was at Juice, a program called Juice. It was located over there near 8th Street in Vermont. It's for young people and adults, you know, for people who want to get involved with hip hop. They're not located over there no more at their location, so they had a different location. But nevertheless, back then, that's where they was located, and it was a cool place because by them being there, it opened up a lot of doors, you know, for people of all backgrounds and nationalities to come together to explore creativity. And so by people coming together of all ages, you'd be surprised. True story. To this day, I run into people every now and then, I'm being honest. They say, hey man, I remember you from Juice. I was in your class. Now mind you, I had many people coming in and out, so it wasn't like a set number. So I had many people going in and out learning. And so when I hear that, I said, damn man, what year was that? They said, man, that was back in 2003, 2004. I said, wow. And they like grown adults now, so they not kids.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
that's the beautiful thing.
that's the impact you made on their young minds because they wanted to learn art, man. That's real cool.
That's right.
It's a trip. I was way out there in Simi Valley. I was at an event, at a watermelon event, doing artwork, live art. And one of the dudes, he was staring at me from across the row. He said, I know you. I said, where I know you from? He said, you create. I said, yeah, why? What's up? He said, man, you used to be my teacher. I said, wow. So that's important in hip hop culture, how we could educate people, man, and help raise them up. And once we depart and go our way, how much of an impact do we make in young people's lives, man? That's real important. And so a lot of people are not role models. Some people could care less about even taking that path because they feel like, hey, I'm not a role model, I'm just being me. But even while you being you, believe me, there's always eyes on you watching that you may inspire to really be like that. Whether it's directly or indirectly, you are inspiring somebody, whether it's through your style of graph like I'm doing, whether it's through b-boying, MCing, DJing, all the elements, man, whether even an entrepreneur, just picking up traits of whatever it's gonna take to be successful. You know, a lot of people give up in this culture because they feel like if they can't do what the next great person is doing, that they want to stop trying. But in order for us to get to that level, we have to try, man, and don't be afraid of failure. That's what I've been learning.
And keep creating.
Yeah, keep creating and don't be afraid to fail. But here's the difference. Don't fail and just fail. You fall and learn and you keep on repping.
That's
up,
right.
up until you get it. And when you master it, man, you rock all out. But watch, I want to say this one thing. Even though you master it, you can't stop. You got to keep growing. A lot of people think, I got it, I'm cool. But you ain't cool because guess what? It's going to be other new talent that may surpass what you can do. Then you're going to be in the dark.
That's right, man.
I love that. And
Real
I love
words.
what you're doing right now. Cre8 is throwing up the word rise, and that's a really dope theme. And it's a beautiful thing that he's talking about. Continue to rise and elevate at all times. How can people plug in with you, Cre8, if they want to learn from an OG about the elements of hip hop and how graffiti and aerosol art is paving the way for hip hop?
Y'all can find me on Instagram under King, King _ CRE8. Once again, King _ CRE8. King _ Cre8. Follow me on there. I actually, on my stories, when you click on the thing, you get to see all kind of subjects that I discuss, so you can learn from there. I've actually made an impact on there, man. So social media wasn't never really my thing, but I learned how to not get caught up in the drama on there and stay focused and use it for what it's supposed to be used for.
Promote your stuff, man.
That's beautiful.
I have one more question for you. We'll let you get back to work, but why did you feel from your perspective it was so important to give back to the community and teach?
That's always important. I come from the hood where it's grimy, rough. I ain't gonna put extras on like it was super grimy. You know what I'm saying? But I come from the 80s, the early 80s, and that's when gang banging and people were serving real heavy and people had options. You either get down with that by force or you get involved with something else. Some people played sports and became a superstar. We chose to get involved with hip hop, which actually was a blessing for us because through the hip hop culture of creativity, it gave us a chance to explore our physical, mental, and our spiritual.
That's real right there.
It's beautiful.
Hip hop.
I love it.
That's right.
Cre8 stays dropping knowledge. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for being here today.
For having me.
We'll show you guys,
Yes.
as we go along the progress of his artwork right here as we play some music as well.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Another Auracle Edition, the B-Side Show. Dani K, myself, we got King Cre8 in the building.
Let's do it. Shaye, I want to play a video if you don't mind throwing on that glass bottom boat video for me, please.
I remember
Because we're
this
about to get
project.
into our next segment, y'all.
Let's go.
We are back, y'all. Who we got in the building?
Let's go.
Greetings I bring from Jah to all my B-Side Show brethren and sistren. What's up, y'all?
What up, what up?
Scorpion on the scene with the deadliest sting. As we come into Scorpio right now, perfect time to have me on. Abstract Rule with my dude, Killafournya. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you guys for coming through, man. And you always, Ab, you always bring the good energy when you come through, man. And thanks for coming through with the new project, man. This is cool, man. This is cool to see.
Hell yeah.
Let's speak on this, man. I was watching some of the, the videos you guys put out and stuff, and kind of how it came about. But can you, explain again how this project came about for you guys?
Well, it starts with just this being where we're from, Southern California, right? And
Really repping.
Cal Aesthetics, the producer of the project, he got at me a while ago, like pre-pandemic, years ago, to make this song.
Yes.
And I'll let him tell you what his whole get down was, but he was working on the whole project and wanted to do a song with me that had that spring and summer kind of spirit of just celebrating LA. He loved my song Coolin', so he's like, I kind of, what a vibe that kind of makes me feel like that. And I was like, okay, I ain't made a song like that in a minute. So we got together this concept. LA Basin came to me, just kind of representing the whole mass of it all. I've talked about LA my whole career, made albums, South Central Think Tank, and, A-Team and Project Blow Music was always talking about the Dodgers and the Lakers and the Kings and just all these different LA things. But on this project, I decided to just really bring it all together in a way that I had never really described it, on wax before, and just celebrate the home team, you know what I mean? But everything, the terrain. So LA Basin is like about the terrain and the weather and how that affects us. And after we had that one song, we decided to do a couple more after the rest of his project. You tell him a little bit about what you were doing.
It was sounding nice, right, Cal?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
stop? Keep it going.
No, it was kind of a one-off originally. The original idea was I had all these beats that I made in like 2006, 2008, and I made them while I lived out in LA. And I just always wanted LA artists to speak on it. And so, of course, I reached out to Ab and was like, yo, would you be interested? And, he said, yeah. And we did the one song. And I had one more song that was done, which still hasn't been finished. Like that song's not mixed and everything. But the rest of it kind of fell through. So then I didn't have the project to put his song on. So then he kind of hit me back and was like, yo, what's up with that track, man?
Yeah,
That's
right.
fire. Like, what are you doing with it? I was like, well, I don't have the project for it. So, kind of talking on and off, kind of becoming more like friends, over time, we discussed maybe just putting it out by itself. And so then that kind of led to us doing 2 more songs just in the last year, actually. And so then when that came together, we had the video that was shot by Cre8 Los Angeles. Shout to her. She actually, right in the beginning when I talked to Ab, she told me she was down to help me shoot the video.
She stays busy, man.
Heck
yeah.
What up, Chio?
Yeah, and she, she just straight true to her word, and she was like, I told you I would help you with it. I want to help you with it, so let's do it. So we actually shot it like almost a year ago, a little over a year ago, actually, during the middle of the pandemic. We did it. So yeah, and it's come together, and it's beautiful that we're going to be putting it out next Sunday, or this upcoming Sunday, the 30th.
Perfect timing.
Hey, Ab, I wanted to ask that concept, how you decided on that. Was that the beat that kind of spoke to you, or you were already feeling that rhythm, with the bass and all that? The track spoke to you to get you in that zone?
It did. Like, it just, LA Basin, I had never really heard nobody use that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I made a song with AWOL once where I called it Cali Peninsula, but I had never quite just dug into the basin aspect. And then like the bass in my voice, the bass in the beats, right? It was kind of a double play on words for me. We had flirted with the idea of making it like bass in, right? Like BASS. But we just went with the LA Basin. And the other songs are called LA Nights, which that deals with the nightlife, right? And how it's like a million things to do out here in Cali, but we still somehow enjoy them all. And then the last song is called To Live and Thrive in LA, instead of To Live and Die in LA, which Pac wrote that song, peace be upon him, named after a film that was made called To Live and Die in LA. And so I was building on that concept like, man, we still here. We're about to celebrate our 28th year anniversary for Project Blowed, last week of December this year. And I look at OGs like Mark Luv, Cre8, who've been at this thing for a few decades. And so, we survived, we stayed around, we thrived, we took, this weather and this terrain and all this having to balance, the nightlife. And To Live and Thrive is like how we deal with all that, but still live as real people and thrive out here. And it's not about coming out here, flaming out like some crazed pop celebrity, right? Walking around with White Lives Matter shirts or some shit. It's not about that.
What
It's about and or even focusing on people doing that.
Yeah.
Which I'm sad to see so many people even focused on that.
Yeah.
Because once you're distracted, you really lost. You know what I mean? But it's about living, taking care of your family, right? Thriving, being healthy, right? Not like being in some kind of drug spaz out, burnout LA story where you came here chasing fame and ended up on the streets in Hollywood or whatever, right?
Yes.
No, we trying to live and thrive and bring that consciousness that we always brought from the good life and Lamert Park, Project Blow, Chaos Network community. So that last song is really important. And I got my girl Britt J, who is the niece of LA Cool, to sing on that hook with us. So we definitely give you, the feel of that Pac song, but we made it ours. We add
Rifle?
I love it. Organic and raw. You stay always organic and raw, just like the Good Life Cafe. And I'm curious, because I love how you called Cal like a year and said, yo, that song was fire. Like, what's up with that track? And it became this whole other project. But if y'all don't know about a code name Scorpion right here, Abby Rizzle, my nizzle, how do you have such a humongous discography, and how are you able to basically spit any song that anyone asks of you just like that? How do you do that? Because most artists, they forget, especially if it's a feature, they forget. And this man, it's like 1,000 songs or more.
They're gonna be testing him when they see him out at the spot. Yo, Ab, spit this one.
He's on lock. He's got it on lock.
It's kind of like the gift and the curse, having a good memory, right? Especially for like a love partner. Like Why you bringing up old shit? You remember too much shit, right? Sometimes people don't want to remember the past. But I guess, you know, I would have been one of those ones in the tribe that could keep the story going of our culture, our history, and always remember all the things that happened. And so my lyrics are like that. You know, it's kind of like asking Cre8, like, after all these years you've been painting, I'm sure you did 100, 1,000 C's. You did all these different 8s. How can you remember all the ones? Because it came from you. You created it, right? I mean everything that I say. A lot of MCs, or some MCs, I won't say a lot, some MCs write and they're just trying to find dope words to put together that sound good and follow like a similar sonic pattern, or they get preconceived rhymes in their head and then they use the beat to just allow them to connect all those dots, right? And they write rhymes like that. It's a lot of ways to write a rap. You can build it. You could be trying to be the most word nerdiest, you know, I'm gonna kill it with all these styles. You could style a rap to where what you're saying don't really even mean that much. And yeah, you could memorize it if you practiced it, and that would be on your frontal lobe memory like that, right? But when you really mean what you say, when you write from the heart, not just from the brain literary perspective, when you write from the heart and you mean what you say, it's a lot easier to recall it.
I love that.
Well
That's
put.
beautiful.
Well put, Ab.
Let's talk about the beats now. Did you have the 404 back then, or were you using something different back then?
No, actually, all those beats were made on an SP808,
Ooh,
which is
my
a
favorite.
little bit older Roland piece of equipment, kind of like predated that. And so it kind of colored the sound because it's a 4-track recorder and it has some limitations, but it allows you to use it as a phrase sampler where you can sample really long loops. And so at the time, I think I was on my game with it, and a lot of the beats I made at the time very groovy and mellow, but got a nice little like swing to them. And so, you know, I just always envisioned putting them all together. And actually, the particular songs that are on this project were all made in one night.
Yo.
One night, and I remember. I'll give
you caught that vibe.
Yeah, I'll give B-side the story. I don't like to tell it too much because it sounds fake.
Oh, we got it.
But it's reality, and I'm gonna put it out into the atmosphere right now. But it was February 11th, 2006, and it was the night that I had heard that Dilla had passed away. He had died on the 10th, and the homie DJ Orator, shout out to Orator, hit me up. I was like, yo, did you hear about this? And we talked for a while, and it was just kind of ruins your day, you know?
Yeah.
It's a big part of the hip hop community. And, you know, I didn't think too much of it after that. And then I went to sleep, had a vivid dream that I met with him and hung out with him all night, and we were drinking and smoking. And I never really had dreams like that where I'm drinking or smoking. It's usually something like wild, like flying or something. And so I thought I was awake, and I thought it was really happening. And it wasn't until he was like, yo, I'm sick, and you know, I passed away, you know. And I was like, oh, that's right. And then that woke me up because it was like, oh, this is a dream. I'm not talking to dude. And you know, I woke up and it was kind of like awake, and it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I was like, what am I gonna do with this energy? And I was like,
working hours.
You know what you got to do? You got to make a beat.
Wow.
So the first song, the song that kind of came together, this one, LA Basin, was that first song. And then I made 2 more. I went to sleep for a little bit because I was at UCLA at the time, and I was thinking I was gonna go to class. I actually slept and woke up like an hour after class started, so I just went back and just made the other 2 beats right after that. So
That's what's
y'all
up.
hear them.
So his GPA went down for this entire project right here, y'all. Okay.
No, I was good at that time. I was on top of my school games.
That's what's up.
The college is all plays into the hip hop scene as well.
It
man.
really does.
He missed a day, so what? But he made some beats.
Hey, I made
That's right.
some really dope.
Yeah.
Probably some of my favorite beats I've ever made. That's
Crazy.
Are we gonna get to hear a track tonight off the project?
Definitely.
We will.
I love it.
We're gonna do the title track. LA Basin. So.
LA Basin, y'all. First, we're gonna get into a video. I had to pick one of my favorites from back in the day. It's called I Think I Can, featuring my boy Abby Rizzo. AC Alone is on there as well. So we're gonna watch that really quick, and when we come back, we're gonna have a live performance by my man's right here. Let's get it, y'all.
Calisthenics in the house, man. B-side show.
Bless. Self-affirming.
Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Say it and it is so. Think it and it is so. Check it. I think I can, I know I can, I'm African American, no wait, I'm a humanoid, our differences are null and void, or at least they shouldn't be the issue, and I ain't no goody two-shoes, still I wanna rid you of this evil, did you not think that you would not get any sleep? It's not a wink, no catching those, he's catching no disease, are we desperate? I think with every lecture we've been told, and all this pressure we've been under, got us ready to explode, but I won't, I thought I would, frustrated when not understood, just because we live in the USA don't mean we got it good, have a plan, a master plan, nobody can hold your hand, think you can, you know you can, as if your whole life with hands. Go to length of the field, make up a lead and get the victory. Sprint the final lap, the fastest time in history. Do the impossible, never attempted in this century. If I can pull it off again, it's records they won't mention me. I think I can, I know I can, I think I can, I know I can. And if at first you don't succeed, then get back up and try again. I think I can, I know I can, I think I can. I got my OGs in the house. AC Alone.
I think I can, I know I can. I'm African American, even though around the globe they say Americans are arrogant. But I overstand my heritage, my origin is Nubian, Caribbean, Peruvian, with the synonyms and pseudonyms. We mark the course, set the plan. Think I can, well, so I can, cause ain't nobody gonna hold your hand when you're walking around in no man's land. A quintessential reason why you're stronger when you're petrified. Existential is applied, them angels ain't gonna let you die. You fall right down, get back up, fall behind, get picked back up. Finding your purpose in life, you make that mark and then you hit that up. I think I can, of course I can, I will, I shall proceed to sell. And if I fail, I do it all over again in more detail. So everybody can find a way, make take more than just a day. And don't let life get flushed away if you ain't really got that much to say. I hope this letter finds you well, so you got in mind to tell. So if we all just dig down deep and we can find out well.
I think I can, I know I can, I think I can, I know I can. And if at first you don't succeed, then get back up and try again. I think I can, I know I can, I think I can, I know I can.
Yo, Mike the 9, drop a line on him.
Obama, he said yes we can. Overstanding, comprehending, recommended it, demanded to commend, can put down to get down and still stand up in integrity. I look around and say I think I can. Let me spit that sprinkles, rhymes, the wrinkles and time and crinkles. My wave, Red Van Winkle wakes up, twinkles and shines. Engine number 9, I'm holding down the party lines and drinking wine. Pink panties mixing with Bacardi lime and inauguration. I'm doing what I do in moderation. My lingos and lines bring those designs into operation. And I'm occupation as a person, as a people, as a nation, as an earthly, universal being, all creation. Who's that spook that sat by the door? Prove that cook, smoking crack, waging war. It's truth in the booth, I rap for the war. Front page news scoop, somebody left the back door unlocked. They can't hold us black anymore, congratulations, rock.
I think I can, I know I can, I think I can, I know I can. And if at first you don't succeed, then get back up and try again. I think I can, I know I can, I think I can, I know I can. And if at first you don't succeed, then get back up and try again. I think I can, I know I can, I think I can, I know I can. And if at first you don't succeed, then get back up and try again. I think I can, I know I can, I think I can, I know I can. And if at first you don't succeed, then get back up and try again.
Think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it. Think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it.
Sandlot, we no longer in the sandbox. Parking lot, we'll be right there till the jam stops. Spraying shots, either broke it up or damn cops. Grown man, we no longer in the sandbox. Ain't no handball, maybe it's a standoff. Call your fam dog, real ones never ran off. It's a pride game, why so many die young, playing after school games with live ones. No more checkerboards on a fellowship tour. Probably only way now I connect for my deck of cards or my God-given gifts. I don't got Uno, but some I do know draw for the hip with a hammer where the clip is. And if you solitaire, homie, then you will have to go where the fish is. It's a struggle to keep breathing, where the muzzles are heat-seeking and mothers just keep weeping. Homicidal brigades, and we got them in spades. We the ones drawing that jail card in Monopoly. Tricked again, couldn't see y'all folly. Sleight of hand like it's 3-card Molly. I eyed the scam from Jump Street. A lot rock with me outside the country. See, we ain't out here playing those school games like Yahtzee words. Like I'm boggling, mind traveling, scrabbling. I do it for the ones no longer able to rap again. Sandlock, we no longer in the sandbox. Parking lot, we'll be right there till the jam stops. Spraying shots, either break it up or damn cops. Grown man, we no longer in the sandbox. Ain't no handball, maybe it's a standoff. Call your fam, dog, real ones never ran off. It's a pride game, why so many die young, playing after school games with live ones.
I'm top qualified, pop collars rhyme, top dollar grind, the Rottweiler kind. Or is it lying that Judah making maneuvers to your speakers and you feel it in your soul like every time? I never stayed inside when we were growing up. Shell-toed suede Pumas and some clean chucks was the foot apparel. Dodge from the smoking barrels. I'd rather drink from barrels, style flyer than any pharaoh. Ain't no one playing games, kids need to act their age. So smoking king got their brain in a wild maze. I'd rather spit a fresh rhyme, watch my style blaze. No snakes in the sandbox, crack your rib cage. I'm with the flow, got control of the big stage. Come rock and roll with the pros while we spit game.
Sandlock, we no longer in the sandbox. Parking lot, we'll be right there till the jam stops. Spraying shots, either break it up or damn cops. Grown man, we no longer in the sandbox. Ain't no handball, maybe it's a standoff. Call your fam, dog, real ones never ran off. It's a pride game, why so many die young, playing after school games with live ones.
While we reminisce, ain't all the shit we miss. I think about life moving forward and start to wave my wrist. The moves that we make needs to rotate in a fashion of a globetrotter. We draw 8, accelerate, penetrate to the third power. It's left, center, right. In this vision, ammunition that we hold in sight. Now this putt's for ego. Stand by my people, might look deceitful but very calm and peaceful. This tether ball's got you reaching for the overhaul. It's either ball or you fall where you don't recall. You better fold them when I hold them. This is Texas and I'm all in. This a pride game, make sure you don't call then. You live in Handyland, my plan's to own this land. Take the risk and if you miss, don't get pissed. All you gotta do is get it together and try it all again. There's 5 of us here, and one of us might check you. Use that cranium, boy, to realize who it is. Guess who?
It's all in the motherfucking game. It's all in the game. It's the game. Think I give a damn about a game, I don't play.
Sandlot, we no longer in the sandbox. Parking lot, we'll be right there till the jam stops. Spraying shots, either broke it up or damn cops. Grown man, we no longer in the sandbox. Ain't no handball, maybe it's a standoff. Call your fam, dog, real ones never ran off. It's a pride game, why so many die young, playing after school games with live ones.
We are back, y'all.
BSide show, man. Oracle Edition.
That's
every
right.
4th Monday.
That's right.
Yes,
And
sir.
we have none other than the amazing Abby Rizzle, Blodian,
Yes, man.
L.A. Lamert Park representative.
Thank you.
And
Hey, I wanted to ask something, man. Rep in the LA area and all that, but it's crazy because you have a lot of connections right here in the SGV, and I had to
He
say
does.
that because you were mentioning
Yeah.
Deuce earlier. Rest in peace,
Rest in
brother
peace.
Deucer. But you got a lot of connections over here. SGV's like another home, man.
It is. You know, my sister's godparents were from Covina.
Okay.
So I actually grew up coming out here. Every now and then they would like babysit us if moms would go out of town or something. And so I did have a godbrother that was like a couple of them that was out here, you know, in the 80s getting it in, you know what I mean? Riding around with the big speakers in their VW Bugs.
or a Suzuki Samurai.
All that. But mine had a bug. He had a bug, and he had his speaker. Like, you couldn't even really sit in the back. You'd be sitting on the speaker. But that kind of shit was going down for me and Covina back in the day. But yeah, just heads like Chamber Records. You mentioned Deucer, you know what I'm saying? The whole Stand and Deliver collective. Y'all, B-Side Show, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Grimm.
Oh yeah, what up, Grimm?
Is an OG mass man, homie. Shout out to Mr. Grimm, Indo Smoke. So yeah, man, we go back, and Fat Jack and them used to be out here in like the Azusa area back in the early 90s. That's when they connected with, he connected with AWOL. You know, you had Minister Too Bad. They formed Mass Ministry, which is where our crew came out of. Because we were like mass men, all the crews that was down with Mass Ministry.
We met them at it was a Kinko's back in the day, because we were printing up flyers for a backyard party, and like you know, homies like Jism, you know, Namek, all the homies from over. I went to school with Grimm. That's the homie. Man. We went
There
to
you go. Yeah, he was from a crew too. They had a crew called the Funky Hoods with Zagu, his brother Jazzy the Barber, and Mr. Grimm. And they repped Covina way back then in the early 90s. So see, then Zagu came, and it was the Funky Hood spelled with PH. And then he came to LA, more around the jungles, and formed Funky Dialect with Fax and 14 and Giz and all them dudes. And then they had the 2000 Crows as like their extended
What?
crew,
Oh man, you're going way into it now.
which just made a comeback.
They
2000
sure
Crows
did.
has
They
a new
sure
project.
did.
Ab knows his connections in hip
That,
hop.
He knows
that
his
has
history.
all that has roots like in Azusa and stuff like that. So SGV has always, you know, been connected, and it's good to see artists from here, you know, getting theirs now. I see my dude Namek killing it,
Throwing it
you know
down.
what I mean? Vel, you know, everybody repping the 626.
Yeah,
Much
yeah.
love.
That's beautiful. Thank you for that little bit of
Sharing
history,
the
man.
knowledge
I
with
love
the-
it.
Yes, sir.
You ready to rock this?
I'm ready.
Oh, we're gonna do
Cal,
LA
you ready?
Basin.
Ready.
Calisthenics in the building. Let's get it, y'all.
Let's go. I'll pump
Oracle
that shit up.
Edition,
Let's go.
B-side.
Live.
LA Basin.
The sunlight cast over the LA basin, igniting the day. The beauty and dismay of the city juxtaposed in a blanket of fog that unyields its dreamers their slice of the horizon. A tinsellit town whose mountainous skyline, ponderous deserts and sandy coasts give its dreamers no bounds.
The night coming, but the day seem long. In the summertime, I'm in a laid-back zone. Ain't no fireflies buzzing, ain't no buffalo roam. On the west side, they shot them all, they all gone. If a native tribe saying that the Redskins wrong, should we recognize the FedEx building's not home? Black presidents elected, niggas killed the same song. But we did the rise, guilty before the facts came known. Another black man never came home, police never came home. And the day's long, I'm like a broken record cause I play on. Skip to the same song, don't shoot my hoodie on Trayvon. Locked out if you don't play along. It's cool if you don't like me. And screw them Republicans who buy Nikes. Get to the point where you gotta say something. You can't just hold your tongue. I'm speaking of the city where I'm from. LA, LA, big city of angels. Everybody with the sake of talk a real good game though. I hope you get just what you came for and never get caught on that island entertained though. LA, big city of angels. Everybody with the sake of talk a real good game though. I hope you get just what you came for and never get caught on that island entertained though.
The air we breathe is toxic, but the space we share is motivating. We grab at hints of yesteryear, but we grasp only for today.
Beach hopping on the coast highway, the Pacific line, that's how we roll the flyway. All the dime piece shorties would just swing my way. Girl, you hella fine, you coming for Beyonce. The beauty and the booty and the dismay. In this land of mine, I'm from the state of CA, where you can fade away if the boss say. If you don't parlay, sometimes that's how the cards play. The niggas say they boycotting Tarjay, try boycotting labels who support the stockade. Locked out 1 and 9 of our age, part of the human race. We're more than just humans for you to cage. Refusing to be an experiment in the cage. Muggins locked up today, then them 12 years a slave. Using the marijuana to calm the rage, and the lyrics is written upon the page. LA, LA, big city of angels. Come on, talk a real good game though. I hope you're seeing the angles, LA. LA, the place LA, LA, big city of angels. Everybody hit the sake of talk a real good game though.
I hope you get just what you came for and never get caught on that island in a tangle. LA, big city of angels. Everybody with the sake of talk a real good game though. I hope you get just what you came for and never get caught on that island in a tangle.
Yeah, tangled web we weave.
In a tangled web we weave. October 30th, y'all.
Yeah.
Abstract Rule Calisthenics, LA Basin. That's it. All day. CA all day. LA Project Blow all day. One love. B-side show.
That's right, y'all. That's how we do. That was Abstract Rule.
That real live shit right there. That
Calisthenics in the building, y'all.
Calisthenics on the beat.
I gotta share. On October 24th, we're gonna have them playing this entire project in its entirety on 101.5 FM live, y'all.
That's right.
We're gonna drop that.
Oracle Edition right here, B-side show. Av, I want to also, man, thank you for always coming. And whenever you come, you keep it live with us, man. You never hold nothing bad. We ask you something, you give us the answer. You know what I'm saying? And thank you. And you always rock with us, man.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. You know, we keep it. Y'all keep that shit real for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I got to do my job as the MC.
Yeah, right.
We got an OG like Cre8 right here. Y'all don't know, like, we used to live in the same kind of like neighborhood across the tracks. I used to have to walk past his house every day to go to my school bus stop and then walk past it again to go back home. And he lived in the blue neighborhood. I was on the red side. But I could see from the graffiti that he'd always have on his front little like brick wall or whatever, or a little gate over there they had or whatever, we would see him in there. And I'd want to go in there, right? And like go play hip hop with them. But I wasn't old enough, but I knew that that's where I wanted to be. And then see Mark Luv, I seen him here earlier. So then we would go to that swap meet when the Slauson swap meet first opened. Because if you lived in that hood, you got all the swap meet shit first. You feel me? Because you was close to there, so you can go right in as soon as it opened up, as soon as they put the new shit out, right? So then he was over there with Tretch and DJ Wolf, who they had a crew called GP Hip Hop Nation from Gramercy Place. That's what the GP meant. And they would be in there in the airbrush shop. Remember Cre8? And they would be doing airbrush all your hip hop shirts or whatever. So like this shit, all the graffiti like this, would be on your overalls, right? And he had Mark Luv and Tretch and them and Wolf in there DJing while Tretch was doing the airbrushing. And so Mark Luv was the first one to let Tribe Unique start dancing in front of the shop.
Dang.
So that's when we was just dancing as Tribe Unique. So you know what I mean? I'm rocking past Cre8, graffitiing into seeing Mark Luv and Wolf spin and do airbrush. So when I found my part, I knew I had, and they was always active. They were always doing it. You feel me? So I gotta play my role as the MC. The DJs, they gotta do their thing. The beat makers, they gotta do their thing. Cause it's the graffiti writers really and the DJs that started hip hop.
Yes.
And that created this whole thing for us. So we got to continue to do our part and always include them in what we do. So I didn't even know he was gonna be here, but I thank y'all for having me on one, because that's like my OG right there.
Yeah.
Ain't it beautiful?
I like hearing that shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's why we always gotta have Ab circle back, man, because he be really, really educating the younger generation. It's really important, man. And thank you so much for always involving the B-side and myself. I've learned a lot alongside you, so thank you so much for that.
Hey, we keeping this going, y'all. LA hip hop will never die. Never die.
Hell yeah.
Tap in with the new project. Hey, Cal, let them know again where they could tap in and all that, man.
It's gonna be everywhere, streaming online, worldwide, October 30th, from Keep It Feel Entertainment, Glass Bottom Boat Productions, Abstract Rule, Calisthenics, LA Basin. Let's get it.
That's right.
One last question before we say goodnight. Yeah, links in everyone's bio. We tagged everybody today, but one last question before we say goodnight to everybody. Can we need to get some more Glass Bottom Boat socks?
Oh, remember that? They had some dope gear, man.
I told him the same thing. For the video, I was like, can I get some socks for the video?
Hey, my sock game's lacking too. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, it's time.
I just had a meeting with Tone Dog Dogma. Shout out to him. last week, and we talked about it.
You know, that
hopefully.
that reminds me that we have a whole merch package that we're dropping this week too, with these dope patches, embroidered patches on sweatsuits that we got. We decided to go that route, and we're gonna have hats too with it on there. And shout to the homies Infinite Divine. I got a new song out right now too called The Sandlot on the baseball tip that everybody's been fucking with, so thank y'all for that. And Kel Rock and DJ Ja Blues, I'm on their new album, The Poetry of War. I love all the merch, in other words, that I see all my hip hop dudes coming with right now. Just real thorough, elaborate merch packages. That's how you grind. Y'all keep that up.
Get you some shit.
Yeah, tap in, man. Get the music and
gotta
the merch.
represent.
Yeah, that's right, man. Thank you guys for coming through.
It's been a beautiful night. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We will see you next Monday for another B-Side show. You better act like you know. And if you want to see yours truly, you're going to catch me every fourth Monday, y'all.
And besides,
Oracle
wait,
Edition.
and the radio show, tap in. Let them know one more
Yes,
time.
please. Thank you so much. Every Thursday night, I keep it hella clean for you, 7 to 8 p.m. That's Oratory Glory. We let the spirit of the artist tell the story on that one. Saturday nights, Down and Dirty with Dani K. You already know how it is.
Hey, she went, see the clean version and then Down and Dirty.
I
and
know.
then
I
you guys tap in.
got them both.
Yeah.
Saturday night, it's explicit music. Bring me all your dirty shit. I'm going to play it for you. We going to get grimy on that.
That's right.
11 to 12 a.m. Saturdays, 101.5 FM or streaming bit.ly/banging with Dani K. Bang, bang.
That's right. Bad Day Killer in the building every fourth Monday. It's the Oracle Edition B-Side show. Thanks for everybody that's here vibing out with us as well. We'll show you the continued progress of the artwork as well, man.
We will.
We haven't seen Kevin in a while. What up, homie?
What up, Kevin?
Shots fired, man.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
We'll be right back.
Yes,
right?
we will. No, we done.
Oh, we're done.
It's a wrap, y'all. We done. Peace.
Peace.
On something.